What's up guys, David here, and in this quick video I'm going to show you how to SIM unlock the iPhone 7. It's worth noting that this method also works for the iPhone 7 Plus and pretty much any other iPhone out there. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn off Find My iPhone, which you can do by going into the settings, then iCloud, then Find My iPhone, and then flip the switch to the off position. Once you've done that, go back to the home screen and open up the dialer and dial *#06# to bring up your iPhone's IMEI number. Write this number down and make sure that you get it right, as you're gonna need it later. The next step is to get the unique unlock code that your phone needs from an unlocking service. And soon enough, you'll get an email that looks something like this, telling you that your iPhone 7 has been unlocked. And from here, all you have to do is enter in an unaccepted SIM card. So basically, any SIM card that isn't from the carrier your phone is locked to. So in my case, since the phone is locked to AT&T, I'll enter in a T-Mobile SIM card, and then all you have to do is connect the phone to Wi-Fi. And that's it, your iPhone will be officially unlocked.
Hi guys, and welcome to another battle vid. Now we've taken a look at the big boys in this category between the iPhone 6 Plus and the Lumia 1520, but now we're taking a look at the smaller siblings, the iPhone 6 going against the Lumia 930 to find out which is the better phone under 5.5 inches. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, so first off, we have our iPhone 6 here. If you haven't checked out our review, definitely check out Alex's thoughts on the iPhone 6. So this is Apple's latest iPhone, standard size iPhone. First off, you've got a display that is 4.7 inches. So this is 4.7 inches, but the device is actually much longer. And if you look at it there, it's pretty much the same, almost the same length as the Lumia itself. But the other aspects to this device there, you've got Touch ID built into your fingerprint sensor here, and you've also got a very, very thin profile. This device actually is only 6.6 millimeters thin, so it's a very thin device. Power buttons on the right, and there's nothing on the top. As we pan around to the back, we have an 8 megapixel shooter. Doesn't have optical image stabilization, but does have digital image stabilization. And of course, you have your dual LED flash. It now comes in 16, 64, 128 gigabyte variants in there. And at the bottom, you do have your speakers, your lightning port, and your headphone jack right there. The power buttons are on the left hand side with the lock button. And again, it's well crafted, a very smooth designed phone. Display is a 750p display with a PPI of 326 in here. So that's what you have for the iPhone 6. Now it's powered by the A8 processor, and it's got 1 gig of RAM. You've also got about an 1800 milliamp battery here, so a very small battery in this device. But again, you can see slick looking, smooth rounded edges from Apple. That is the iPhone 6. So we set that down second, and then we look at our Lumia 930 here. So the 930, first off, at the back here, this houses a 20 megapixel shooter, same as you find in the 1520 with a dual LED flash. You've also got 4 mics, very important. 1, 2, 3 and 4 mics around this device to give you some awesome audio capture. So take a good listen and we'll see how it sounds within our video recording between both devices here. Now the Lumia 930 has of course a polycarbonate back, but of course metal housing all around the bumpers. The buttons are all on the right side as you expect with Windows phones, micro USB at the bottom, and nothing on the left hand side. Now the display is a 1080p display. This is a 1080p display with a PPI of 441, and trust me people, this thing is very sharp. Lovely display, very bright. It's running of course Windows Phone 8.1 in here, and it's powered by the Snapdragon 800 processor with 2 GB of RAM. Now this comes in a 32 GB flavor. That's it. There's no expandable storage here, and that's where it ends with the hardware. Oh, one more thing, it's also got built-in wireless charging in there, so you can always drop it and charge your device. So that's pretty much it there for the devices themselves. So let's talk about hardware there. In terms of hardware aesthetics, you know what I personally like the aesthetics of the Lumia 930. To me, that just feels more solid. I love the nice metallic rim and the polycarbonate feel to it. This is a very light and slim phone, so I say it's pretty much what you prefer here. But for me, if I pick a winner, I go with the Lumia 930. That's just my own preference. Now, you can see there, both devices are literally the same height. Now, in terms of course, thickness, the Lumia 930 is much thicker than the iPhone 6, and the iPhone 6 is a really thin device. So I gotta give Apple props for that the iPhone is so thin and slim altogether. But in terms of pure hardware and hardware functionality, the winner is strictly there on that department, the Lumia 930. Now, the iPhone 6 does have an improved 8 megapixel camera, well, improved in terms of digital stabilization, and of course, it's bumped up its resolution in the display. But the Lumia 930 has a much better display, 1080p, 444, 41 ppi. You've got a 2 megapixel front shooter. You've got that 20 rear shooter. I'm just talking about specs. I'm not saying if it's good or bad. You've got wireless charging built in, and you've got the Snapdragon 800 processor in here. So I got to give it to the Lumia 930 in that the department there. Now let's go ahead, and we're not going to talk about OSs here just because it's of course going to be something a little deterrent here, but we're going to jump into camera. Now, both of them have some really snappy camera software. Apple's improved theirs, and if you take a look at the camera software here, you can see on the left-hand side, you've got, just switch over to the selfies. Hey, so wearing my Arsenal jersey, they had a draw today. Anyway, moving away from that, of course, you've got a timer, you've got HDR on and off, you've got your flash. Over here, you have your different modes. You can go from pano to square to photo to video, slow-mo, time-lapse. Of course, in slow-mo, you can do 240 or 120. And photo, you've also got this new feature where you can now actually change your exposure by basically tapping on the screen, sliding up, sliding down. Still very basic, and Apple's trying to keep that basic theme there, and that's pretty much what you get with the iPhone 6 camera. So we set that aside, and let's take a look at the camera of the Lumia 930. So the 930 camera, of course, is the Lumia camera. You have a very simple profile, so you can read in camera, photo, and of course, smart scene here, which gives you a bunch of smart sequences. But when you go into camera, you have very simple modes where you can actually just select your flash and leave it at auto on all the settings, or you can slide this out and you can customize all your settings from your white balance to your contrast, to your exposure, your manual focus, your ISO. So you can go and be as in depth as you want to get the best image possible. So I can make this image super bright if I want to, and do that kind of stuff. So that's what the camera software actually does for you. But let's go ahead and check out some video and photos from both the Lumia 930 as well as the iPhone 6 to find out how they actually handle, especially recording audio and also recording video from both devices, and as well as taking photos. All right, I have the iPhone 6 here, and I have the Nokia Lumia 930, and we're going to do a comparison video. And of course, one has OIS, and of course that would be the Lumia 930. I'm just going to walk down, do some recording, and take a look there, and take a look here again, and around. Walk down the streets, it's both similar videos, so you're going to hear my audio twice, and you hear how each one picks up sound and also how they handle noise. So let's do the transition that our good friend Ryan Ragnall told us from a lighter area. It's not really that bright, but as I pan around, actually, you know what, let's walk over there to where the sunlight is. And then we can do that transition test and see how it handles panning from lighter area to dark area. Each phone, of course, doing that easily. And yeah, so it's about a minute or so of video, and you can see this here as we go lighter sunlight, and then we pan back down, it's a little slightly darker there. So that's your video, giving you a look at the iPhone 6 as compared to the Lumia 930. The iPhone 6 here, and I have the Nokia Lumia 930, and we're going to do a comparison video. And of course, one has OIS, and of course that would be the Lumia 930. And we're just going to walk down, do some recording, and take a look there, and take a look here again, and around, walk down the streets. It's both similar videos, so you're going to hear my audio twice, and you hear how each one picks up sound and also how they handle noise. So let's do the transition that our good friend Ryan Ragnall told us from a lighter area. It's not really that bright, but as I pan around, actually, you know what, let's walk over there to where the sunlight is. Then we can do that transition test and see how it handles panning from lighter area to darker area. Each phone, of course, doing that easily. And yeah, so it's about a minute or so of video, and you can see this here as we go lighter sunlight, and then we pan back down, it's a little slightly darker there. So that's your video, giving you a look at the iPhone 6 as compared to the Lumia 930. Right, so we've taken a look at both video samples and photos from the iPhone 6 as well as the Lumia 930. And looking at that and just putting it all together, the 930 just has a much better camera. OIS is much better, so of course it allows your photos and videos to actually be captured much better, less shaking, and also just better capture in low light situations there. So I have to definitely give that to Lumia 930. That being said, I have to announce a winner. And pretty much, I think it's clear that the 930 has the better package altogether. In terms of specs, you have a device that has a 1080p display with a higher PPI ratio over the iPhone 6. It's also got a better camera in the rear at 20 megapixels with OIS. Now, the iPhone 6 camera does take photos faster. Yes, it does do that, but there's no point in taking fast photos if they come out shitty. So you just have to put it out that way. And also, you do have wireless charging built in. I know a lot of companies don't support it, but I love the fact that I can walk in, drop my phone. I don't have to fill it with wires. I don't have to plug anything in. I can charge my device. So for me, the winner and champion is the Lumia 930, and that is the device I would select over the iPhone 6 from the Windows Phone category. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, let us know. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video, and do subscribe to the channel. And if you don't like my choice, tell me why you think the iPhone 6 would win in this category. So thank you very much, and always enjoy the entertainment.